Welcome back to part number 11 of my Imperator Rome playthrough. As Carthage, we have quite a few mercs that we've bought off from various sorts over our recent warring cycle. We have quite a bit of money. We just built this wonder. This is our latest one, the supply limit, and offers a 15% bonus on merc costs. So maybe that's why we have so much money, or maybe we just have just a bunch of money anyway. I'm thinking it's closer to the latter, but that 15% certainly doesn't hurt. We are heading back, generally de-exiling. We need to wait until the month ticks over. We could declare war right now on the Seleucids again and take a stability hit, but our ally will not participate. Their levy is right here, so let's let the month take over, and then they'll probably be willing to participate. Let's see if they are. He is, and we will. That's 25 aggressive expansion, minus 50 stability. I'm gonna see about perhaps taking the militant Epicureanism here for the giving us the ability to raise our holy sites for 10 stability. Presently we get a provincial loyalty tick of 0.05, which is nice, but all not that particularly relevant relative to our 0 stability, at least. So these levies that I see here are the same levies. He didn't stand down, so they are in their diminished capacity. Rather than him being able to call up new levies at full power, he's stuck with the levies he has, as are we. The opening phases are looking good. These guys are again beat down. We've sieged, assaulted a 250 or half garrison fort here. I'm going to carry on and do the same here, hopefully. This guy is going to get a beating. We've caught this half of the Bactrian levy out here with these overwhelming forces. These guys are on their way down here. And who are you? Let's see. There's a levy of Mesopotamia, but we have this large merc that we recently acquired from the Seleucids. We'll see about dealing with that. And then we've got this guy. I forgot about him, just sort of left him. I should have... well, maybe we can go up here and procure some territories, and then he can de-exile without having to come back here. He can de-exile and say here. We'll send him there instead. We have this unit as reorganized during the break. He's going to come here and then maybe assault that. This is reorganizing as well. We'll assault that fort. I'm thinking this should be even more of a slaughter, well, than the first one, and the first one was a pretty great victory. The magnitude of, we'll call it moderate to severe. These Bactrian guys are not holding up well. It's not going well here for them either. Let's see what goes on up here. We stack wipe that whole army there. Let's see if we can take this guy as well. Neither of these two armies is feeling particularly well. We have some light cav and mostly beaten down forces here, but it seems as though we may well be in better shape than the enemy here. There's 20 archers, and then I have this guy reinforced as well. Let's see how bad it is with a 0 stability here. 0.12 down, 0.07, 0.04. It's really not all that bad. Mostly thanks to our tier 4 noble wonder and our tier 3 citizen and freeman wonder. We'll just leave it be. At this point, it may well be. Well, anyway, our omen here is giving us a 0.05 tick up as well, and we get well, we use that. If I raise the stability, it'll just come back down at 0.55 per month. So why should I do it? Boom, we dropped that siege here. That was up to 300. Let's see if we can do it again. It's another bloodbath form here. There are a lot of troops about, but they seem, well, they're not organized. They didn't expect the sneak attack coming, I think. It's over. Caught another one of these half-strength levies out here, looking green. Here's the governor of Persis here with his levy. And here our lead units here. Meeting no resistance at all, as the resistance that would be there is here. We've got the second half of that Bactrian levy out here. Another merc for the cause. These lead guys are still at it. No one here. Nobody home here. I have all these units on reorganized. I may well go for part 3 of this war as well if I can. I'd have to take militant Epicureanism, but he is so beaten and battered now that it would be a shame not to carry on. We dropped this capital here. We're going to head over to Pura here. I just bought off 3 fairly highly potent mercs here. One of them had already beaten down one of our armies here, but this one again here is probably going to help greatly. So now we have, yeah, a lot of mercs. I think we're going to be here for a while. I'm going to get this merc, or this navy up to one of our ports right here. Another merc for the cause. Uh-oh. I'm going to take a plus 0.10 provincial loyalty tick here shortly. Completely void of any enemy units. Let's stick it to these Bactrians again. This looks like a nice peace arrangement here. We have a 96 war score. There's nothing left to take for a smaller amount. I'm going to peace out here for 6 AE and get on with perhaps another surprise. Well, the day is upon us. A month has passed. I say we need 20 stability, but there's no block for being having a diplomat en route. So, yeah, I'm gonna take militant Epicureanism right now. I'm gonna do a 3rd war. We've lost our omen power. We get none, but we don't really care. As the last time I checked, our provinces were, for having a 0 stability, doing fairly well, so we'll not worry. What we do need is a 20 or greater than 20 stability, and 2 holy sites are not going to do it. We'll have to raise 3 or desecrate 3, and we'll declare the war and go back down to 0. Let's do it. We'll use that same claim we have right here, and our ally will participate. Good for us. A break from warring for a moment, came back to the game, realized my research rate was only 163, which is not 200. So I built some academies and whatnot about in through here, some academies in here, and did a bit of consolidating into various cities. So hopefully the research rate will peg at back to 200 shortly. As for the war, it looks to be going reasonably well. We need to... I see. We can hold on here. We'll get this guy on board the fleet and then ping right up there and get both of these armies, I think. Actually, this is a friendly. Our fleet has arrived around that the Horn there. I wonder if we run into the Seleucid fleet on it. Hamilcar's gifted us with the 4100. He's out of manpower. I think his allies are out of manpower as well. These guys have not been replenishing their numbers. It's looking grim for them. I'll take the 25 PI. Why not? I think at least. We'll pay 15 instead. 96 war score. Good enough. Shadi had no manpower left. That is going to end our warring cycle against the Seleucids, because we'll get another, I believe, 25 more AE for declaring another surprise war, which actually, it's not a particularly bad idea, I suppose. The logic being is the higher it is, the more it will burn down at peace. And a lot of our mercs are in not tip-top shape. And if we war against Moria, we want them all in tip-top shape, so I'll have to sit around anyway, which means we're going to be burning down aggressive expansion, and the more we have, the more we burn, and yeah, we're going to declare a fourth war on the Seleucids. I am also going to stand down all of our levies, as they have seen action for quite some time now. It looks as though we're going to reach, I'm going to get quite a bit of experience there. Well, let's get down to it. A month has passed. I desecrated 3 holy sites. Our glorious ally will not participate. Looks like he's still not participating. The month rolled over. I'll not worry. Get up here and hammer my way through the Colchizian revolt up into this area. Aspect of the Seleucid Empire. The war is going as you might expect. He doesn't have any manpower, just like before. As long as I'm here, I'm going to need some stability. I'm going to raise a couple of holy sites. I'm going to change this law to raise our integrated culture happiness by 5%. And then raise another 2 holy sites so to reach the threshold for that war. Let's declare that war. The Apollonid reforms are upon us. It would seem as though we're going to be able to raise a legion in any territory. I must say the size of these legions are underwhelming, but we'll be able to take siege engineers. I'm going to look into getting them shipped over here in time for the upcoming war with Moria. I think something can be done relative to our military traditions. We would have to go here and then there. We do have a manpower bonus. I'll take this morale recovery, as well as a levy size modifier there. It's better. It's as though I've run myself out of manpower as well. The good news is that we don't have any proper armies on the field except these levies that are mulling about our war goal. Everybody else mercenary. I'm going to peace out with the Colchian revolt and their vassal there. War score against the Seleucids. I saw this levy of Parthia, etc. wandering around here. Fairly decent force count. I think I'll declare war on the day after I finish up with the Seleucids, if I can establish adjacencies. I have these units essentially. They're going to end up exiled here, and then they'll wander through the Bosporan borders and up around this quarter. These guys will go up in this direction, and that'll be about the size of that. All I need to do is take this one province capital. There it is, 100 war score for a cool 5 AE. We're going to take this territory adjacent to the day and connect our territories here so we won't have to wander. So we'll have a more direct. We'll take the money. And there it is. We now have access through this corridor here, and then down through here as well as through here. There's not much of the Seleucid left. I think we can declare war on the day if we can dredge up a 20 stability, and I know we can. I have reorganizing these troops here. I suspect I have too many. There's something of a slight food crisis here. It's trending down. It's just barely well, it's up. So this Merc has gone through, it's exiled, so it can go through Seleucid and Bosporan territory. It's headed here. I called up levies, legions proper. I put them on a new navy that I built up in Carthago. We're going to drop these units here and have them march over towards the northern aspect of the day. It should be a slaughter. In fact, I recently came to the conclusion I have too many troops here for the task, and I'm moving the beaten down legion or mercs and such out of the combat area. Like this one, for instance, he's be no good in the combat. He's not needed, so just head over here to a food-friendly area to reorganize. I haven't called up any other legions as yet. I suppose I could. I have some manpower now. But maybe I'll just leave that be for now. We have quite a bit of military experience. I could take this to what end? There's really no point in it. This is... I'd have to integrate Hellenics. There's 1,400 Macedonians I have, but then it would take a long time to integrate. And I don't think it's needed. I could, again, Punic traditions here. I suppose I could take that and that for the levy side as I had discussed, but I don't really think that's my problem. At this point, at least, I have so many mercs and so much money. I'm going to go for elephant offense and call it at that. I'm going to drop my last 2 techs here on some siege ability. Well, I raised a couple of holy sites, and this effort here is about close enough for me. We'll see where the enemy has his forces. The war goes well, as you might expect. It's essentially overkill. There's no question as to the outcome. We have no support from the traditionalists because I gave all of my governors, every single last one, free hands to try to mitigate the loyalty situation. So if I click on any given governor, he or she should be quite loyal, and we'll see exactly how loyal the provinces are. We just say took this one, and this is still going down pretty hard, but it's not really all that bad. And the good news is our government should get back in order reasonably quickly, as if we get to 0.38 per a month. We just triggered a martial advance. I figure why not go down this siege tree. Get 5% siege, army attrition, and engineer cost as well. And there it is, 75 war score for 5 AE. Well, I have been wondering what happened to this event. Prominent lawmaker assassinated. We can try to avoid the civil war for essentially a pittance of a bonus, or we'll just take some malice to our population happiness for a few years, a decade to be exact. Well, we'll look on the bright side. We have quite a bit of aggressive expansion. We need to burn it down, and we spend most of our massive gold hoard on mercs, which we may or may not need, really. So let's just take the easy way, at least theoretically, and stand down these mercs, burn down this AE, and just wait. Maybe we'll just finish off the Seleucid Empire in this western lot, and we'll leave Moria for some future date after we have increased our levy size, and then we can hire the right mercs. We do have the right mercs, of course. We just have a lot of them, and we have this now 25% malice to any given pop. Let's see what the pop is. Let's see what happens here. Straight up 0. Okay. Well, that's 0 all the way down the line. Let's check you here. Let's see here. 0. Oh, no, look at that. We have 4% there. Yep, we have negative stability. 25% for lawmaker assassinated, aristocratic dismay, etc. We're going to stand down. And it would seem we're going to need a merc or a levy or whatnot here as well. So it's good that we're standing down. I had all these guys staged in a food-friendly province. These provinces are in no way food-friendly, and not in the least. So getting your troops forward here is tough. If you station them here, it can be done. But we will stand all of these guys down as we need. We're not going anywhere for at least a decade. And we'll probably have some revolts to put down. Alright, we are at 7 of 9 here for the Giscoid family. I stood all my mercs down. We're making money hand over fist again. We're have some sort of civil war thing I need to jump through. Pop-up came up, said to adopt this character or that character. They were both Democrats. I didn't want to adopt them. It said we would be able to adopt as per some sort of button-clicking exercise, and the button-clicking exercise never came up, and neither has the option to adopt more characters. So this does not happen in the future. Our Sophet, Giscoid, is going to have quite a brood of, say, 8 kids. Alright, so that didn't work. The kids didn't show up here. They showed up as part of a Germanic tribe somewhere. Here we go. Since these are both great family people, apparently that's taken. He's going to have quite the brood. Oh, look at that. They've showed up down here. I think somebody wants me to call this game a success. I let a bit of time pass, mulled over that, calling the game a success and tapping out. I think what fun, at least the most fun can be had, has been had. There's a lot of busy work and sort of mop-up activities that requires a lot of attention and not a lot of reward relative to the joy that can be had from in early and mid-game stuff. If I didn't have the Pax Eterna achievement, or if I hadn't done 3 world conquests or whatnot since returning, since after Imperator Rome was shuttered, I'd probably carry on. But I've done all that, and I've sort of had my fill of it. The plan would have been to, let's see, I have quite a few these legions here. They siege well. I have taken siege traditions to the max, essentially. Right over here, we're essentially torqued out as about as good as it's going to get. We have the Siege Wonder. So I could essentially just wander these elephants up with the heavy on transports, lots of food, and make the forts melt. That's, of course, I have 7 mercs that I can hire as well. There's some fat merc stacks about, really, that can, like this one, for instance, right here. Do some very serious damage to any majors. 7 of them, to be exact. Egypt would be essentially obliterated. What's left of the Seleucid obliterated. We'd probably mop this bit up, and what's left of the Bosporus, and maybe stay here and just mop this up for 10 years after that, and then return to Moria, because where is Moria going? It's not going anywhere, really, because we're here. I suppose he could attack Bactria, but after we were to attack Egypt, this is at least in theory, we would probably pivot back to the Seleucid Empire, knock him out, probably go out of my way to take some, actually probably not knock him out, but take Bactria so that Moria couldn't annex it, and then maybe truce break on the Seleucids and take what's another war score out of them, and then what is Moria going to have? It's nothing. At that point, we'll be adjacent here and here. Maybe Moria attacks, maybe Moria doesn't. If he doesn't, we take that, and then there's nothing left for him other than Dravidia, and it's a write-off anyway. So then we, take this, that, and whatnot over the 150 years we have left. We come here, mop that, and then this whole lot here in about, 10, 15 years or whatnot. Clear the whole board, return here, 5, 6 truce break wars, or do 3 or 4, and then sit and mull about like we're doing now. Burn down the AE. This was once 160 or so. It's manageable now, sort of. And that would be the game. If anybody's curious, I just don't really feel like doing it. I've had quite a bit of fun with the Carthage campaign in the early and mid game. Enticing governor away from Rome here. We took 3 provinces and then another 2 in Magna Graecia. In the Roman War, you'll note, I think it was episode 5 or 6, we rushed up to Latium, landed a 120,000 cohort-strong force there. He called up the Italic levy, 40,000 strong, and then 11,000 showed up from just one province in Magna Graecia. if he would have had these two and this and that and this, and it could have been different. I'm pretty sure we still would have won, but this enticed governor without having to deal with the actual cohorts that come from Magna Graecia, and then annexing it with war score is I think, efficient. I think it's better than warring with them if it can be managed. With that having been said, again, it was quite a fun campaign. I'm going to call it here. I hope to see you in the next one.